In this lesson, we'll compare adding integers using the number line to using the formal rules shown below. For the first example, we have positive 5 plus negative 7. Using the number line, we start at 0 and move right 5 units to positive 5, and then because we're adding negative 7, we move left 7 units from positive 5, giving us a sum of negative 2. Using the formal rules, because we're adding two integers with different signs, we subtract the smaller absolute value from the larger absolute value, and then use the sign of the number with the larger absolute value. Notice negative 7 is going to have the larger absolute value. We start with the absolute value of negative 7, which is 7. Then we find the absolute value of positive 5, which is 5. And now we subtract 5 from 7, which is positive 2. However, because negative 7 has the larger absolute value, we make the 2 negative, giving us a sum of negative 2. For the second example, we have negative 2 plus 8. Using the number line, we model negative 2 by starting at 0 and moving left 2 units to negative 2. Because we're adding positive 8, we now move 8 units to the right, giving us a sum of positive 6. We're still adding integers with different signs. So again, we subtract the smaller absolute value from the larger absolute value, and then use the sign of the number with the larger absolute value. We begin by determining the absolute value of positive 8, which is 8, then determine the absolute value of negative 2, which is 2, and now we subtract 2 from 8, which is positive 6, and because positive 8 has a larger absolute value, the sum is positive 6. Now for the last example, we have negative 2 plus negative 3. Using the number line, we first model negative 2 by moving 2 units to the left of 0, and then because we're adding negative 3, we move 3 more units to the left, giving us a sum of negative 5. Notice now we're adding integers with the same sign, both negative. Looking at the formal rules, we add the absolute values and keep the original sign. The absolute value of negative 2 is 2. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3. We add 2 and 3, which gives us positive 5. However, the original signs were negative, and therefore the original sum is negative 5. I hope you found this helpful.